Hello, this is co-host Fire Tiger coming back at you with another season 2, episode 11 of our public safety future responders podcast. Folks, this episode is going to be a little bit different because unfortunately my co-host Medic Dog is not with me in studio during this recording, but he is on the phone with us, so he will be chiming in momentarily into it. But folks, I just want to highlight the fact of during this episode, During this episode, we will be discussing holiday travel and winter travel safety tips in general, folks. So, folks, let's get Medic Dog on the line. Medic Dog, say hello.
What is up, everyone? I am sorry that I could not be there in person. I just had to go home for something last minute, but I was able to join through the courtesy of technology and our cell phones. So I'm very excited that I was able to join on this show in this particular way.
Oh, that's very good of you, Medic Dog. So, folks, let's highlight some winter travel safety. Starting off with the fact that during the winter season, even though right now here in our state in New England, there is no snow on the ground, but we do have cold temperatures here in the northeast section of the United States. Well, in other parts of the world, it has been snowing, as from what we have been gathering from our colleagues around the world. And that. So, folks, let's highlight some cold safety tips. When you are out and about walking or basically out and about outdoors, make sure you are wearing winter appropriate style clothing such as jackets, hats, mittens, gloves, and of course your waterproof boots for the holiday for winter travel safety. So you can stay warm in the cold weather that we have during the winter months between November and to March for here in the United States, and that. You got anything to add, Magic Dog?
Yes, I do. Also, be careful, when you walk, especially when you see a shiny glacier on the ground. That is ice. Please be super careful on ice. Do not run on ice. Do not run in general because you do not know where there could be ice.
Right.
Because you do not want to slip and fall and possibly break an arm or a leg.
That is absolutely true, Medic Dog. Folks, if you can, please, if you have sand or cat litter also works for this best scenario. Please, if you hit an icy patch, if you do have sand or kitty litter available, please carefully sprinkle it over the icy patch so you have some traction to get across if you're on your sidewalks. If you're on public sidewalks, hopefully businesses are doing that, or the town or city who is in charge of the sidewalks make sure to have that on the ground, just like how maintenance crews have been sanding and icing the roads during the winter season. So, folks, moving on to cars. If you are stuck, please make sure before you get stuck and you head out on the roads, make sure you do have an emergency kit with you at all times, including extra batteries, blankets, additional food, water, flashlights, a portable radio, so that way you can stay up to date on the latest headlines and in terms of weather conditions. Folks, also too, here's a big old safety travel tip. Before heading out, check the weather. We do have in the United States, through the Apple Store and Google Play, we do have mobile apps that will help you out. We have weather apps waiting from the news outlets such as NBC, Connecticut, Fox 61, Channel 8, WFSB, and we also have the NOAA's weather app if you're in the United States. So, folks, please go check out your app store for your country's weather-related weather apps that can help you along to stay safe this winter season. And in terms of preparing for your house, make sure any outside piping is carefully insulated with insulating material so that way your pipes do not freeze and crack during the winter season. As we head into cold temperatures do have the tendency to cause cracks to form in the pipeline if they are not so carefully taken care of. Also, too, before the winter season, make sure you have highly trained professional from the local oil company come in and check your furnace, and deliver you oil, so that way everything is in working proper order, along with checking your heating vents and that, making sure they're all good to go for the winter season. Especially during power outages, make sure you also have alternate heating source, so that way you are all warm during the winter season. Um, any other tips or advice, Mag Dog?
Just want to say also, you make sure you do bundle up so that you do not get frostnip, which then will turn into frostbite, and you do not want frostbite because that is not good. But also, when you're on the roads, also please be careful because of icy roads. If there's big snow patches that you could potentially get stuck. And also, if we get a blizzard, please stay home. Right. Do not try to drive in it, because I will tell you it will not end well.
Right. So when your local state or country, basically your local state or county, depending on where you live, if they decide to close the roads during the winter, that is an indicator to the fact of, if you are a non-essential worker, stay off the roads and let the essential workers do what they need to do. Essential workers are defined as the following personnel: essential workers for the local businesses, emergency personnel, the Department of Transportation, and the essential state employees / county folks who are out plowing the roads, so that we are all safe in that to get from point A to point B. As emergency personnel, we do also have priority during the winter season. So, folks, please be careful when you're out and about during the winter season. And if you are stuck for whatever reason and you are disabled, tie a highly bright cloth to the antenna. If it is not snowing, please raise your roof. I mean, not raise the roof, but raise your hood. If it is snowing, keep your hood down and just leave a highly visible colored cloth attached to your antenna. Highlight colors do include the following: orange, neon green, any reflective material will be very helpful. And that. Also, too, make sure, if you can, run your car at least 10 minutes per hour so you guys can have some heat while emergency responders are trying to get to you. And that. And folks, also too, going back to what my co-host Medic Doug said about blizzards, if you have to drive, please, please, please slow down. Please do not do 50 when the conditions are uncalled for that. You will slip and slide and cause accidents, especially in dense fog. Is another problem during the winter season. Please slow down. I don't care if you're late to wherever you're going. It is the safety of yourself and other motorists around you that will get you safely to your destination. Please slow down. That's why there are speed limits in place, so that way you're not trying to speed. If you speed, police will be after you. So, take my advice, folks. Slow down and be safe. I don't know how many times we have to stress that. Even the police departments have stressed the fact. Slow down in unsafe weather conditions. It is unsafe traveling habits that cause uninhabited problems. So folks, just take our advice. Be safe. Be careful. And if the conditions are uncalled for travel, and it is something that you need that is not essential, it can wait till you can safely get out and get the item. Do not stick your neck out to get something. And speaking of which, for safety precautions, here's another tip for preparing for your house. You know the little detector? We talk about smoke detectors in October for fire prevention, that we say change your batteries, check your smoke detectors. Well, here's another part, folks. Check your CO detectors as well. Carbon monoxide also is a problem also in homes too. So folks, if you do not have a CO detector, please go get one before you have a problem, and make sure you know the signs of symptoms for CO. If you do sense any CO detector, or the CO detector is going off, get out of your house and call 911 from a safe place. And if you're out, do not go back in. and let the professionals handle it. We are trained to handle that kind of problem. We don't want to find people passed out from CO poisoning, because then it's an unnecessary trip to the hospital, and you do not want a hospital bill, especially during the holiday season. So, also too, when you're out on the rails, going back to our previous episode when we were talking about travel safety for the rails, during the wintertime, platforms at local train stations can be icy. Please be careful when walking on the platforms. They may be icy. Station workers have been putting ice down when they can, and that, folks. So please be careful when you're standing on the platform, and do not run. In general, do not run during the winter season for safety. If there is unsafe conditions, don't run. Please walk. It's going to save you from having a medical bill. I think that could be easily put forward, right, Medic Dog?
Agreed. And, I actually just have to say, if you do have to run during the winter season, you could do is just put a treadmill in your house. You just run on that.
Right, or go to an indoor track. There are plenty of places that have indoor tracks, too.
Exactly, or a gym, They even got that stuff at a gym. So please do not run, especially if there is a very shiny glacier on the ground.
And folks, here's another tidbit. I know here in the state of Connecticut we do not have these problems, but I am going to call out my other cold state of Alaska, which is on the west coast up past Canada, but belongs to us. Folks, if you're in an avalanche area such as Colorado, Alaska, and a few other places that are known to have avalanches, when an avalanche does occur, please, here's a big safety tip. If an avalanche do occur and you are under a avalanche zone, please get out of the zone quickly. The Alaskan DOT have put signs up in Anakin Pass where avalanches do occur. Do not get caught in avalanche zones. It is unsafe and will cause serious problems. So if you're in an avalanche zone and the warning bells go off or however you get notified, follow them. Don't stay. You will be stuck. I just wanted to throw that in there.
I just have to say I couldn't have said that any better. I did not even think about avalanches, but yeah, avalanches are serious.
Right.
So please, like Firefighter Tiger said, get out of that zone as quickly and as possible as you can.
And once you're out of the zone, stay out of the zone until safety personnel and the Department of Transportation have cleared the way for you all. And folks, if they do have to shut the road down, please follow the detour signs. Do not give an argument. They're just closing the road for your safety and for theirs as they work to clean up the mess. Whether that is in an avalanche zone or in general, if the roads are closed, that's because there's a problem that they're trying to fix. Please do not cause havoc. Follow the detour signs. That's why there are detour signs placed there for a reason. Please follow them, and you will have a safe journey. Yes, it may cause more travel time, but would you rather be there in one piece or in the hospital getting the hospital bill? And that. Anything else you want to add, Medic Dog?
Just want to say, just like what Firefighter Tiger just said, if you see a detour sign, please follow it, especially if there's a cop there, directing you. Please do not argue with them because sometimes depending on, the officer or their mood, it will not end well. They may just drag you out of the car and arrest you due to refusal to cooperate with an officer, which you do not want to charge for that and be thrown behind bars, also handcuffed. You do not want that, so just, if an officer is detouring you, just do us all a favor,
follow
do what
it,
they say, and follow that detour sign.
Yes, that is absolutely true. Please follow all detour signs and follow the directions of safety personnel when it is possible. Um, Also, too, during the winter season, I'm going to also point this out too, to the fact of if you are a disabled vehicle, please, if you can, stay in the vehicle unless the safety zone is less than 100 yards. If it is less than 100 yards, then if you can, please proceed safely out to the other side of like the guardrail, so that way you do not get hit as help is trying to get to you. We will be the tow truck operators slash police and the fire department do try to get to you as soon as we can, but please, please also to do not panic about the fact that we might have a long response time because we are trying to get to you. It's just we are busy. So folks, if you see us, please don't be mad if we get there late. It's because we're trying to also get there safely for our safety so we can help you out. And also too, if you're on the highways, like I said in the highway episode that we discussed, please, if you can, slow down and move over to provide work for us safety personnel to get the disabled vehicle out of the way and get the lane back open as soon as possible. And that. Unless Medic Doc has anything else, we will be wrapping this podcast episode 11 for our season 2 winter safety tips and travel helpful tips.
So to pretty much break down just what you said, just here's what you do. You stop what you're doing, you remain calm, you call for help, you continue to remain calm, and then once you get there, once help arrives, then you get to safety and everything is all good. But I say remain calm twice because it is super important, because if you get all panicked and you get out and try to do things on your own, that's where you can then really put yourself in a lot of trouble. So please just remain calm at all times and be patient for the first responders to come, because they have to also be safe so that they can help you. Like they say, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others.
That is absolutely true, Bad Talk. And folks, that will do it for us in this episode 11, winter safety travel tips and helpful reminders for your winter safety. So folks, from my co-host Medic Dog and myself, we all wish you a good positive day. If you're listening to this, then it is probably Friday, December 8th. At the time of this recording, it is Monday, December 4th. So, folks, hopefully you all have a good weekend when you're listening to this. And, folks, please remember, during the winter season, be safe, be smart, don't cause problems, and you'll be just fine. So, folks, have a good one, and we will see you all in another podcast episode.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day.